Eric with the Forts Toyota Service Department again. Time for another update for the recalls. Last week we put out a video showing you what the shim was that was involved with the recall that's been in the news. What we didn't point out to you is if you have a Camry, which is a bulk of our customers, probably 60 or 75% of you guys out there have Camrys, there's a little bit more in depth with the recall that we're going to do on the cars. I want to show you what exactly that is and know why you're going to be here a little bit longer than the half an hour that was reported in the news. Right now I have a Camry in front of me. Don't know the vintage, but it's a pretty new one. If you have an 07 or newer, then you're part of the recall on this. Let's go down. Couple things. Now I pointed out before in the last video that the accelerator pedal, we're going to put a shim into that assembly if you have one of the CTS pedals. What we're also going to do on some of these cars, if you have the Denso pedal, which is a Japanese pedal, we're going to have to modify a little bit off the bottom of that pedal to give it more clearance when it comes down. Also, as part of that, below the carpet there's a foam shim that holds that carpet in place. You don't even know that. You may even think it's metal holding it up back there. There's actually a styrofoam piece. We're going to remove that, install a new styrofoam piece that Toyota's cut specially for these cars. So that'll require pulling back some of the trim around here and some of the center console trim as well. We'll pull some of that out. So when we're done with the car, if you notice things are a little changed around, that's why. The last part of the recall is going to be updating the computer programming on the car. Right now, if you hold down both the brake and the gas, the throttle still runs and it holds the, it's going to keep trying to drive the car while you're braking. With this new computer update that we're going to do, it's actually going to change the settings in the car so that when the brake is held down firm, it's going to cut the throttle off. It's going to override the settings on the accelerator. So what we'll do now is we'll go through these three phases of the recall on the Camrys. Remember, this is just the Camrys we're talking about. Other cars, the Corollas, the Tundras, etc., everything you see on the lists on our website, those cars just get the shim if they have the CTS pedal. We'll be right back. Now at this point, Corey is taking out the accelerator pedal. That's where we started. That's what you saw in the last video. There we go, thanks. Corey has just told me that this is a CTS pedal. So, like I was saying before, Denso pedals don't get a correction, but the CTS pedal is one of the ones you heard about in the news, so he's actually going to be measuring it now with a shim that's going to get behind the pedal. If you have any questions about this process, go back to the first video. Next phase of the process is going to be shaving the pedal down. We talked about that at the very beginning of the video. Corey has the pedal in his hand, and do we have some kind of template there? Is that what you're holding there?
Yes, this is the CTS pedal.
Okay.
This is the template for the CTS pedal.
Okay, so what are you going to do there, bud?
We're going to install the template, then we're going to scribe the pedal, then we're going to cut the pedal.
Scribing means he's going to etch out?
Along the template, correct.
Okay, we're going to cut that. Essentially the pedal is just made of plastic, so what Corey's done is he's cut where he's scribed onto the pedal, but he's just going to try and clean it up a little bit with the sander. After Corey's done the cut, there's a template that Toyota's provided for us to show that he's actually done everything correctly. So and everything looks pretty good there. Perfect match. Next phase of the operation, Corey's going to pull the carpet out. Remember that trim I was talking about there at the beginning? He's going to be pulling the center console trim out. Like I said, if you come in with a car and you got a bunch of stuff in there, some of this stuff might be shuffled around, so just be aware of that when you bring it in. There goes the carpet. So that right there is the foam backing pad. It was underneath the accelerator pedal, right?
Yes.
So right now he's going to remove that out of there. Corey's probably going to kill me because I keep interrupting his work here. Get all that glue off of there. Corey's using basically a hot air gun to kind of soften up, makes it a little easier on the carpet. Get the old one off. This is the new piece. They already come pre-formed from the factory. So we're just going to slide that in. That's not quite that easy, is it?
Pretty much.
Double-sided adhesive. First part of the installation calls for a rubber pad. That is going to go underneath the accelerator pedal when it comes down the floor. And then there goes that new styrofoam block that's going to replace the styrofoam we pulled out. Double-sided tape can be in place, and then the carpet's going to lay over top of that. Alright, now she's going back together. As I said before, there's 3 phases to this. First phase obviously is the pedal, and then we did the carpet part. Corey's still got to reinstall the pedal now after he's got the carpet and the trim all installed. Last phase, you can hear me over the gun, last phase is going to be the reprogramming of the computer. I'll show you that here next. Pedal going back in. Corey has done the service. The pedal's been reinstalled now. This is the pedal that he just did the cut on. You really can't tell much difference, and had you not known that we had done the service, you probably wouldn't even realize the pedal is just shortened a little bit. Now, we've left the brace behind it for support. When it comes down to the floor, it hits that rubber pad now that's been installed behind the carpet, and now there's this new foam. It just gives a little more slack down there. Next up, we're doing the computer reprogramming. All right, here's the last phase. Corey's hooked up our Toyota software to this car. And right now, the car is updating the software via this cable, going right down to the data port that goes down to the computer of the car. And like I said earlier in the video, when this is all done, it's going to change the way the accelerator and the brake operate with each other. If both are depressed firmly, the accelerator is going to cut the throttle and you'll have brake control. Okay, so at this point, you can see right there, the computer is still updating the car. This process is probably going to take 8 or 10 minutes, depending on the car. Software programs are different. While that goes on, the car will just sit here idle. We'll have the car usually on a battery charger. This one's battery's fine. The process all the way through, from beginning to end, usually takes about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes tops. I mean, paperwork alone price 5 or 10 minutes, everything. But once we get you in, get you out, you'll be out usually about an hour or so. A lot of people wait. If you can't wait and you need a loaner car, Toyota's provided us the means to give you loaner cars for these type of services. If you come to Fort's Toyota to get the service done, we're offering you a free future service at the dealership, along with tire rotation, oil change, courtesy check. There's no strings attached right now. You know, other dealers may be saying, "Oh, come on in, we'll give you a health check." You know, we want to get the cars done as quickly and as fast as possible to make sure that you're safe on the road and your peace of mind is in hand. If you have any questions, please call me at the service department, 382-4000. My extension's 208. Kevin's on hand. We got Tom, the service manager. Call and ask for any of us, and we'll try and help you out. We can look your car up and see if it's on the recall list. If you have a new Camry, 07 on up, you're going to need the carpet repair and possibly the computer programming, depending on the model. The hybrid models miss a few steps in this, but if you have a gas model, almost certainly we need to do some work to it. Give us a call and stop by the website, check out the blog for more future updates, and we'll see you soon.